Tuesday. You're easing into the work week, or maybe you feel like the wind is just kind of slapping you around a little bit to start the day. You didn't have a lot of wind yesterday, would you say, Matt, or was it?
I don't think it was bad.
Okay,
I went outside with the sun.
I was gonna say, tell you that I napped most of the day. I'm like, I don't really know if it was very windy.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. Wasn't out in it.
Well, I tried to get outside right around 2 because I wanted to feel the 60s and sun for a second because it's going to get colder for the rest of the week. So we got another cold front on the way.
Okay.
It seems like we just turn on the winds like that in Indiana. The summer's not
I never get used to anything because it will change.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about the front that's coming through now and how much temperatures are going to drop the rest of the week. In fact, we could have our first light freeze later this week because of the front that's actually hitting us right now. It's coming into western Indiana, and you can see it by the winds right now. Notice how from Indianapolis to the east of Richmond, we've got more of a southwest wind that's hitting us in Muncie and Shelbyville, Newcastle as well. But you go to the west and it's more of a westerly wind. So that front is actually just starting to come through Indianapolis. We may see that 57 drop down to 53 or 54 the next hour or so. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But there's the front, and it will continue to bring in cooler air. It's not all at once. In the fall, usually these fronts, they do have a lot of cool air with them, but it usually takes at least a few hours to get the coolest of the air. Where in winter, it's just like that, where you get the winter and it just kind of blasts you in the face. But we'll be watching cooler air arrive the next several days. Now this front has also given us a couple spotty showers, only a few around Marion. Now they're headed up north and east towards the Fort Wayne area. We're clearing out now, but there could be one more tiny little wave later this afternoon and evening. You can see the front there. It helps spark some of these showers. But if you go farther to the north and west where the low pressure is, there's also some clouds and showers. Look at these little light raindrops coming through Minneapolis. I think some of these could drift to the south and east for later today. We could get a couple sprinkles. Best chance would be north of Indianapolis. We're not talking about severe weather or big downpours or thunderstorms, but just a couple hit or miss showers. And we're only going to put about a 30% chance for many of us in central Indiana. There'll be a lot of us who stay dry. And if you're farther to the south, for example, let's say you're more towards Greensburg or even Brown County, where temperatures are now at 60 degrees, we may not get anything today at all, and we may have a little bit more sun. So essentially what you need to know in this forecast is it's not a bad Tuesday. A little bit breezy, though, for sure. The farther north you go, the higher chance you are going to have of a couple spotty showers. Farther south you go, more and more sunshine. So there's definitely going to be a difference from north to south. Here's a look at Future Track 13. We've got mainly clear skies this morning after that round we just had is pushing on out. So by sunrise, we should be good. Here's noon, going into the afternoon, couple clouds passing by, maybe a spotty shower, very hit or miss, and there may still be some spotty showers farther to the north later this evening. But notice how the skies are clear to the south. We may not get much of anything in Bedford and Seymour and there towards Bloomington and Columbus. So this evening, not bad. We'll have temperatures falling into the 50s, couple clouds, maybe a spotty shower. But we do have more cold air coming in this week because of the front that's coming on through. In fact, a light freeze is possible across much of central Indiana. Now for Indianapolis, because we're in the city, maybe just a frost, but this is a good chance for some cooler air that's on the way. So we're going to dip down for the rest of this week with highs in the 50s, but there'll be a lot of sunshine. And Julie, as soon as we get to the weekend, another rain chance is on the way.
All right, sleeping weather.
Yeah, there you go.
Guess that's what we can do. Well, hey, we may be in the throes of fall, but a popular winter classic is coming back to Indy.